Hi Michelle, hi Cassie, hi Miss Tillington. I want to talk about the time period from 3:30 to 6:30 on the day Summer Wells went missing and what was Candus doing during these hours. We know from the Snapchat video / photo that was taken at 3:09. That is about 10 minutes away from their home, let's say 20 minutes max. They were home at 3:30 that day. The police were called at 6:30. When Candus tells her story, she says she came home, took the shopping out of the car, the boys helped her with that, she ran doing bits and pieces, and then she started planting flowers. That looks like it took 2 minutes, but let's say 20-30 minutes. Followed Summer in, fixed Grandis's grandma's knee brace, which took, she says, 3 minutes, 5 minutes max. Went back in, Summer was gone. Like, where is the missing time? That is not 3 hours. 2.5. 2.5. Let's say 2.5, because she called on, or was seen shouting on the hill at 6 o'clock. What was she doing? What took 2.5 hours? Because what she described is 45 minutes, at a max 45 minutes. What I think she did do when she came home, and it might explain why she won't talk about it or can't talk about it, but there's no doubt in my mind, going off her Facebook posts and how much she loves weed, she had a joint, or she went for a joint. I don't know where she smokes it. Was it around the side? Did they have a fire pit? But she definitely went for a smoke of weed and took her eyes off Summer. Like, think about it. She's after having a very busy day, driving around, driving here and there. The first thing you do when you get home is have a cup of tea or do what you do to relax. And what Candus did to relax was have a joint, smoke some weed. Probably scrolling on TikTok. She was making TikToks that day, and I assume she was getting notifications off that. Scrolling through the photographs that she took that day. So that explains a chunk of time that Candus can't account for, because she can't come out in the interview and say, oh, by the way, I was around the corner smoking a joint. I think there's a very, very good chance that happened, and I understand why she's not saying it. Again, it mightn't be nothing to do with anything, but I think there's a good chance it happened, and I think there's a good chance it was one of the first things that Candus did when she was home. The second thing I want to bring up is one of the boys told a TBI officer that night that they were playing hide and go seek. You covered it before. And I think you talked about how the kids were locked in all day, so they must have been bursting to go out. I think the opposite. I think the kids were locked onto YouTube, and I think that's what they were meant to be doing at 5:30 or whenever supposedly someone went missing. I think the kids were locked onto YouTube. Summer came home, probably telling them all about her day, the slushy, meeting Hunter. I'm sure she loved Hunter. I'm sure the boys loved him. All kids love teenagers. What if they were watching YouTube, Summer came in, was annoying them, and they said to her, Summer, let's play a game of hide and go seek. But they didn't go seeking. They just wanted Summer to leave the room, to stop annoying them while they watch YouTube. So a prank. The family loves pranks. Maybe this was another prank. And maybe this explains why Summer would have having an accident. Was she trying to hide somewhere? Was she trying to hide in a place that she couldn't breathe? I think I heard about an old fridge freezer outside, or rumours around that sort of thing. Again, I'm sure the cadaver dogs would pick that up, but just a thought, because they did say that they were playing hide and go seek, and apparently they were watching YouTube just before she went missing. So what's the connection there? I want to talk about also the scream that Jodie Sue heard. She puts it at 4:30 to 4:40. The animalistic scream. What if this is Candus finding Summer's body? I know it's horrible to talk about, but she said it was a bit muffled. If you did find your child, you'd grab them, you'd hold them close. Maybe that's where the muffle is coming from. And this time makes a lot more sense when you consider how little they done since they got home at 3:30. So they get home, half past 3, do their little bits and pieces, plant their flowers. Summer goes into the boys. Candus goes for her smoke of weed. They play hide and go seek, but don't go seeking. An hour later, Candus goes looking for Summer, finds her dead outside, screams. No, just put yourself in Candus's situation for a second. If that's what happened, she can. But if she calls TBI there and then, kids, boys taken from her. I think they were scheduled to visit that week anyway. And I know they were taken eventually, but if she calls, the kids are taken off her immediately. If Don finds out, or when Don finds out, he's going to kill her. Or at the very least, she's right to assume that he probably will. And he's told us that himself. He would blame Candus for it, and he probably would at least try to kill her. So what does Candus do in this situation? She's after finding her child dead. It's 4:30. She needs to think fast. If she did find her, I believe that there's no way that Grandis couldn't know about this. She had to have telling her, and together they decided to get rid of Summer's body. How, I do not know. Where, I do not know. But it just makes more sense to the timeline. There's plenty of time. There's an hour and a half before she goes in looking for the boys. Now, another thing that I think she would have to do is, I don't think the boys are in it. Is it a case of Candus going in at 5:30, 5:45, 6 o'clock, saying, "Where's your sister? Is she downstairs?" Did she just quickly gaslight them? And convince them that she was downstairs? Did they think that she was outside hiding or downstairs hiding? But I don't think those lads would have been turned upside down by Don. They're not holding anything back. They're saying what they think happened, but what they think happened mightn't be what happened. Do I think it's likely that this happened? No, but it's possible. And it's just that time period between 3:30 and 6:30 I cannot wrap my head around. So if there's any way you can, I know you've covered it before, but if you can cover it again, just that exclusive time period, 3:30 to 6:30, with those 3 points taken into consideration. Did Candus come home and have a smoke of weed? Did the boys pretend to play hide and go seek with Summer but didn't seek? And is that sound that Jodie Sue heard actually Candus? That's it. That's all I wanted to say. Just those 3 points and that scenario. And to say thank you for all the videos, by the way. I watch them every day. Bye bye.